This week's edition of Grappler's Keep is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And as we've been letting people know all week, we are sorry to disappoint you all that no, we will not be offering a pumpkin spice diet water again this year, primarily for the reason of nutmeg and water do not mix. It is not water soluble. It will not mix in with diet water. So we will not ever be offering pumpkin spice diet water. However, you can still enjoy your favorite beverage with all of that great water taste and none of those dreaded water calories. And you can add other flavors to your diet water if you like. But unfortunately, pumpkin spice is not going to do the trick. But there are so many other things you can do instead using the one, the only diet water. This product's only available in stores where it is sold. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are time zone wise on this island earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here for Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. It is Saturday night, so our special behind the counter with Virgil, the Caramel Cyborg, getting them all ready for you is our famous 1-2-3 parfaits, as Saturday night is also the time for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where number characters from all of your favorite tabletop RPG genres can compete in a ring that we lovingly call the Dice Tray. We are working our way just 4 weeks away from our next premium live event. That would be Dirty Deeds, our version of Extreme Rules, which basically means the rules are extreme because there's really not many rules there. So you can see a lot of shenanigans going on during that premium live event, and that is only 4 weeks away. We have some rivalries that are starting to heat up right now. We have new title holders, we have people defending, and we still have 2 people holding those bag of holdings with those championship contracts hidden in them. So without any further ado, since we used all the ado making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. Dare enter the dice tray? Welcome to Grappler's Keep. All right, let's get things started here tonight. Let's look at the news. Chaos has been cleared from the medical staff to compete. Evidently, he's had some injuries, but now he is fully set and ready to go, and we shall see him out there in the mats on the mat soon. Varja had a singles match last time, and Gelna showed up afterwards and was taunting her tag team partner? Do we have some angst? Do we have something going on behind the scenes with our Shield Maidens tag team? We'll have to wait and see what happens in the days and weeks yet to come. Curtis the Pistol Powell and RUL-EM butted heads. They formed a tag team that they ended up winning, but they seemed to have a big argument over who was going to start the match off as the legal person in the ring. So we'll see if, despite that victory that they had last time they were out there, how well they can maybe work as a team, or if this was just a one-time thing. And last time we were on, Benvarde de Mustaine won the men's Hunter's Mark, and he will be doing his first bearing of the Hunter's Mark this week. So that's going to make things fun, and that is the news for this week. So let's look at this week's card. In our first match, we have Bill Sanders going up against Warble. Good matchup going on there. We have a triple threat match with Vin Blasteme, Morduke, and Callius Lucidus. We have Gelna in a one-on-one match with Sable. Now, Varja went against Sable last time. I don't know if there's some sort of, if they were just trying, if they're having a little contest with themselves maybe on who is the better wrestler in singles out there. And unfortunately, it looks like Sable is the one who's taking on their Fury. Not quite sure what's going on there, but we will see what happens. And Ben will be having his first time bearing the Hunter's Mark, and he will do that against the sneaky Kobold Miney. Always a grudge match here. We have Jarduk Munka, the person bearing the men's bag of holding, going against our Master Melee champion, Novar Xanatrone, in a non-title matchup. Komona is the ladies holder of the Hunter's Mark, and she will be bearing it here for the second time against Annalith out of the faction known as Fatal Attraction. And looks like this, maybe they have some things they want to work out with each other. It's going to be Curtis the Pistol Powell up against RUL-EM this time around. Doxel Rusabin will be taking on Kilran Sparkshard. And in our main event, our women's champion, Cheryl Aranoma, she is the Lady of Valor Women's Champion. She will have a non-title match up against Goldie Boone with her manager, Wandering Silence, in her corner. So, those are our matches tonight. With that, let's head out to Diet Water Arena. First match up here, two former Lady of Valor champions, both with some significant time reigns with that belt. That would be Belle Sanders out of the Weird Wild West and Warble out of the fantasy realm, our Kenku Rogue. Should be a fun matchup here. The Desperado versus the Rogue. Both not necessarily, shall we say, the right side of the law, but we'll see how these two roguish characters do against each other. Up. I thought everything was ready to go, but not quite. All right, here we go. Let's head to Diet Water Arena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Belle Sanders!
Alright, Belle making her way out to the ring out of the Weird Wild West. Last season, she held the Lady of Valor Women's Championship belt for a good time period. Is now hoping to get another crack at that championship belt, working her way towards it. Definitely a roughhousing style like you would see in any of the saloons in the Weird Wild West. Not afraid to mix some martial arts in there. And there's that dreaded cyclone kick that has taken out many a competitor. It looks like she is set and ready to go. She is our Kenku Rogue. Won the championship and held on to it pretty good long time. Losing it to Desiree Bouveau near the end of the season, only to have Desiree lose it at Dice Mania to our current women's champion, Cheryl Aranoma, who you'll see in our main event here tonight. She may be on the roguish side of things, but she has definitely won the hearts of all the people here in Diet Water Arena. As definitely, even though she's a rogue, she is a very popular character here. You can tell by the pop she got with the crowd. All right, Belle has herself set. Warble's loose and ready to go. Here's the bell, and here we go. And Warble goes rushing right in with the running drop kick. Big stomp there and a kick as well. making the moves quick and going right to the ground and pound. I don't know if she wants to go pound for pound against Bell, but she moves quick enough, like that quick drop kick right there. That could work to her advantage. Waits for her in the corner. Big forearm strike. Knife edge chop there. And now just ramming the shoulder into the gut, and down goes Bell again. Runs to the corner, runs in, goes for a shotgun drop kick, but nobody home. Bell was ready. And now those boots are made for stomping. That's what they'll do. She's going right for a pin. But only a 1 count, still a little early. And now just stomping the water out of the mud puddle there. Flips Warble over. Pulls her up, and a big knee right to the beak, it looked like. The Warble's right back up, wraps her up into a small package here, going for a quick pin, but only a 1 count. Walks in, but gets a quick kick from Bell, who throws her down onto the mat, now mocking her to get up. Wraps her up here, and a big German suplex, almost hitting the turnbuckles there. Slams the arm down hard, goes up, second rope. Goes for a body splash, but nobody home. Warble now mocking her to get up. Goes right after her. Hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Does the leapfrog over, and comes running in with the flying forearm. The dreaded 5-arm, as they call it now, has her by the arm. And arm drag flip over. Double axe handle shot, or was that a knee? Couldn't tell from this angle. Big stomp to the gut, and Warble taking back control. Goes for a stomp, but Bell catches it in midair and just flips her over. Big stomp to the back of the head. And now the ground and pound begins. Our Western Desperado going with the big stomps here. Pulls up, twists the arm around, and another kick to the gut. She's going to the corner, climbing up, top rope. Hits the big Randy Savage style elbow. Pulls her up to her feet and hits the Cyclone. That might be it for Warble. Goes for the pin. But no, only a 2 count. Bell's beside herself, and Warble just pops right back up, wraps her up. Small package again. Bell walks right into it. Still only a 1 count. Now Warble's going right back at it. Big kick right to the back. Mocking Cheryl to get up to her feet. Wraps her up. Hard whip up and over the ropes onto the ring apron. Big strike there, and a drop kick knocks her down onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats there outside the ring. Waiting for her. Is she going to wait for count out? Bell's not going to get a short rest because here comes Warble, but Bell was ready. Flurry kicks, no. Blocked by Warble. Elbow to the knee. Series of knife edge chops, knocking her back to the announcer's table. Bell dodges that one and now gets a strike into their own as they're combating there right next to the radio announcing team. We now have a radio contract. You can see the 3 announcers there. Got a radio podcast announcement going there. Oh, big elbow drop to the there as the count continues. Is now at 7. Has Warble by the back of the neck, throws her into the ring. Beats the 8 count. Warble down on the mat. Bell goes up rope, but Warble rolls too far away. Tries to climb up, but Bell catches her. Picks her up. Pump handle slam straight down. Holds her down for the pin. Ref doesn't see it. Nope, she does. She was going for the dirty pin there. Warble takes advantage. Whips her up and over the rope onto the apron. Again, another strike and big forearm strike again. A third, and down goes Bell. Once again, this time there'll be no short rest. Goes right back after her. Another strike to the head. Lifts her up. Big sidewalk slam onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Elbow drop. Warble loves fighting outside the ring. She says she feels more comfortable there than she does inside the ring, which is a pretty big thing with her being a former champion. Looked like she was going to go for the Warblers. Go for the mocker there. Goes for But Bill gets away, misses with the cyclone kick. And Warble just throws her into the corner as the count goes to 5. Warble grabs the leg, kick right to the hamstring, flips her over, another stomp to the ankle. Counts at 6. Pulls her up to her feet, wraps her up, throws her into the ring at 7. She's going to go up top rope as the count goes to 8. She's going to go for the Kenku flip. Nails it. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it's over. A big win there for Warble. Making her case maybe to try to get another championship shot. All right, now we have a triple threat match here. We have Wandering Silence's favorite wrestler, Morduk, going up against our Goliath Bard, Vin Blastine, and our Interstellar Traveler, Callius Lucidus. Triple threat matches, how they work are quite simple. You have 3 people in the ring, obviously. And all you have to do in this match is win by pin or submission against one competitor. You don't have to do both. This is not an elimination match. So you can lose the match without losing the match. So you have to keep your eyes peeled and ready to go. Pardon me here. All right, got that itch. So you can lose without losing. So you have to keep active and keep moving and keep your eye on what's happening with the other 2 competitors, because you never know what's going to happen in a triple threat match. So with that, let's head right back out to Diet Water Arena. Coming out first is our Goliath Bard, Vin Blastine. He's trying to get things together after a disappointing season for him last year, especially at the end, near the end. Taking some time to try to refocus. Had a great match in his last one, getting the victory. Is hoping to continue that streak here tonight, but he's got 2 people to worry about, not just one. Alright, looks like Vin is staying loose and coming out. Our super smart superhero claims to have saved the world more times than it knows.
And his opponents, first from Roswell, New Mexico, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Says that both Reed Richards and Tony the Iron Man were inspired by him, or so he claims. Makes his way down to the ring. He's had a pretty good run. He won the Coronation Tournament last season. Has his eyes on bigger and better things. We'll see how he does. Not afraid to give the fans what they want. He feels what they want is more of him. And he's more than willing to give that to them. He just stands and waits there. Hard to say who's got the bigger ego, him or Kelleran Sparkshard, but they're pretty close. And now, coming out.
From out of this world, weighing in at 215 pounds, beating Luke Finisher.
All right, Callius Lucidus making his way out to the ring. He is from the science fiction realm, as Morduk is from the superhero realm. He's from sci-fi. He comes to us from the Delta Quadrant. His spacecraft crashed here on Earth as he was joyriding through the Milky Way. And unfortunately, he is stuck here because our technology is not caught up to his yet, and he's still yet to get anything retrofitted onto his ship, and no one has come to get him yet. All right, Vin looks like he's set and ready to go. Morduk staying loose. Callius keeping warm as well, and here's the bell. Here we go. And Callius goes right after Morduk. Quick snapmare there. Nice drop kick and a double axe handle on the Morduk. Only for Vin to walk right into a big tornado DDT, and Callius is going full bore here. Nice arm drag takedown. He's taking on the world here. Throws Morduk onto the ring apron, then goes right after Vin. Tries to wrapping up from behind, forearm shot to the back. Morduk coming in and just leaps up and does the neck breaker instead. And now here comes Morduk, slams Callius into the corner, turns him around, forearm to the back, and now Callius goes after Morduk. Massive Northern Lights suplex, and now a big clubbing forearm onto Callius. Goes back to Morduk, throws him hard into the other corner, pulls him out, and just veal throws him literally across the ring. Callius, quick snapmare, slides around, and a single leg drop kick to the face. Now goes after Morduk with a series of blows. Vin back up, misses with the double axe handle. Callius has got him by the back of the head, puts him there on the ropes, kick to the leg. And now hard whip into the ropes. Morduk gets in the way, leaping all over the place, and now a leaping uppercut, goes for body splash, misses. Vin dives out of the way. Big kick by Morduk onto Callius. Now he goes after Vin. Callius rolls outside the ring. Morduk has Vin in the corner, going for the arm wrapped around the rope. And now spins him around, buckle bomb right into the thing. And now Callius has a kendo stick, hits Morduk with it. Vin is down. He goes for the pin on Morduk, but only gets a 1 count. Vin back up to his feet, and Vin goes right after him, picks him, big kick, pulls him up, has him in a fireman's carry, and drops him around on the open. Then big forward clothesline on Morduk, stomping the heck out of his chest. Goes right after Callius with some shots. Morduk tries to get him from behind, wraps him up, inverted DDT, caught him by surprise. Vin rolls out. Morduk goes after Callius. Big series of kicks to the head now. Vin coming back in as Morduk picks up the kendo stick, drops it. Has him, big elbow to the back onto Vin. Callius wraps up Morduk. Nice little suplex there. Vin trying to get to his feet, only be kicked by Callius. Another big kick. Does a flip and misses. Ripcord lariat there by Morduk onto Vin. Callius has the baseball bat. Nice moonsault, but Callius has the bat knocked out from him. Face plant straight down, goes for the pin. Vin is not in the ring. Callius up, nails Morduk with a drop kick. And now has a headlock going. Pulls up the handstand and then cranks it down now. Vin lets out a war cry, getting himself worked up, comes back in, goes right after Callius. Hard whip into the ropes, and bear hug into a belly-to-belly suplex. Now comes after Morduk. Brings him over to the ropes. No, Morduk elbows his way free. Dive misses. And now Vin finds himself wedged between Morduk. I think Morduk took more of that kick than Vin did off of Callius. We just got traffic problems all over here. Wraps him up, goes for the superior slam on Vin. Morduk hooks the leg, but Callius is right there to break it up. Vin rolls out to recover. Nice over-the-shoulder throw by Callius. Vin comes, spinneroonies himself back up. Pick up big sit-out power body slam by Callius. And there's Vin to break up that pin. He picks up the baseball bat. Big swing hits Callius. Now he throws it down. The ref is down. Morduk whips Vin into the corner. Picks up the kendo stick. Jabs him right in the gut. Swing and a miss. Throws it like a spear. And a big flying clothesline there. Hooks the leg. Callius too busy getting toys as the count starts. And Vin kicks out. Callius got lucky there. Morduk thought he had him. Now Callius goes after Vin, who strikes back. Morduk whips Vin into the ropes, and a nasty sling blade. Callius is right there, goes after Morduk, has him up. Hits the crash landing. Pulls him up. But out of nowhere, the big spear out of Vin onto Callius. Lets out the war cry. Goes after Morduk. Scoops him up, fireman's carry. And nails him with the loot. Callius has the kendo stick, but can't do anything with it. Gets picked up, big kick there. Pulls him up. And spins him around. Face first right into the turnbuckle. Now goes after Morduk. Scoops him up. Big fall-away slam. As now Vin is cleaning up the mat here. Big stomp there. Going for a blatant choke onto Callius. As Morduk gets to his feet. Gets Vin from behind. Big kick there. Looks like he's going to go for the brain drain. And he nails it on the big Goliath. Callius nowhere in sight. Now there he is coming in. Saves Vin from the pin. Goes after Morduk. Whip into the ropes. Nice little suplex there. Now goes after Vin, still trying to get to his feet. And now Vin wraps him up. Small package, not that small of a package with Vin doing it. Only a 1 count, showing some nimbleness there. Now goes after Morduk. Big forearm to the back. Wraps him up. And just throws him into the corner. Callius grabs Vin. Hard whip into the corner. Callius goes outside the ring. I don't know what he's doing here. He's giving Vin and Morduk a chance to recover. He's going to the toy box again. Grabs. What is that? Is that another kendo stick? But Vin gets right back up. And now here comes Morduk. All three back in the ring. Vin focus. Nasty tornado top rope DDT. Roll up by Morduk. Vin is down. But Callius kicks out. Now, Morduk goes after Vin. Big stomp to the shoulder. Callius back to his feet. Gets the strike in. Vin rolls out of the ring. Nice suplex by Callius. Hooks the leg. Vin's nowhere in sight. Vin still recovering from the dual assault. He's held his own in this match pretty good. Now Callius twisting the neck on Morduk as Vin slowly gets up. He picks up the baseball bat. That's a scary sight. Big stomps by Callius there. And big flip out of nowhere by Callius. Morduk rolls outside the ring. Picks him up. Hits him with the splashdown. Hooks the leg. This could be it. And it is. Massive action all around with all three. But the victory goes to Callius Lucidus, putting together a good string of his own here as of late. The use of all those toys out of the toy box might have been the difference. Pretty good match there, everyone. All right, we go to women's singles action here. As Gelna, the other half of the Shield Maidens, is going to be taking on Sable this time. Last week it was Varja taking on Sable. I don't know if it's Sable just got this one-on-one feud with the Shield Maidens without her tag team partner, Shiny. Sable and Shiny, of course, being the former women's tag team champions known as Sister Cyber out of the Cyberpunk universe. But we have classic fantasy versus Cyberpunk here. Let's see what happens as we return to Diet Water Arena. Neither of them have their tag team partners with them for this match. This is get to see them in solo action, which we don't get to see too often. But they are both very capable.
A storm is coming.
And here is Gelna.
Making her way to the ring, representing the Gladiators from Asgard, the Viking Gal!
She is our Valkyrie Shield Maiden. Making her way down to the ring. Sometimes she's accused of being here more for the glamour than the urge to battle, that sometimes she relies on Varja too much for that, but she's shown some moxie to fight every once, not too unoften, so we'll see how she does here without her tag team partner Varja to rely on. More Diet Water here, almost out. Gets herself set and ready to go. She tries to get the crowd up and going for her. And with that, looks like she is ready to go. And here comes her opponent. I gotta fix that entrance.
Representing Pretty Mean Sisters from Chroma City,
Alright, she's our cyberpunk gal out of the cyberpunk universe. She's the master of the cyber implants. Uses them to her advantage here. Part of the contingent, along with power and glory, to try to bring the cyberverse to our world. Making her way down to the ring. Saw last week, pretty capable singles wrestler. She lost to Varja. She's hoping to avenge by defeating the other half of the tag team this week. It's like Gelna said is ready to go, as is Sable. There's the bell, and here we go. And Gelna comes right in with a running clothesline, and she's going right for a pin. Only not even a 2 count. Looks like she was hoping for something quick. Swing and a miss there. Now goes up. Yeah, it's a Frankensteiner. Goes right to some ground and pound, showing some athletic ability here along with her strength and size. Now using that to her advantage, cranking on the neck of Sable. Slams her down hard. Just waiting for her to get up to her feet. Now has her set, hard whip into the corner. Runs right in with a forearm shot. And now again going for the quick pin. but only a 1 count. Gelna's not happy. Leaps up. Nice little knee drop there. Flips her over. Has her up. Another knee drop right to the back of the head. Not good. Now she's going up top. See what she's got planned. She's waiting for Sable to get to her feet. Launches and a big elbow shot. Hooks the leg again, going for the pin. Looks like she wants to get this done quick. But only a 2 count. Pulls her up. Has the head scissors going. Trying to crush that head. Sable able to roll her way out. Comes in with a kick there. Big forearm strike. Wraps her up from behind. Lifts her up. Nails her with the retro slam. Big stomp there. But Gelna right back up. Arm drag slam there. Measures her out. Massive elbow drop. Waiting again. Mocking Sable to get to her feet. Comes right at her. Hard whip into the ropes. Scoops her up. Flapjacks her straight down. Goes up. Second rope. Big double axe handle shot. This match has mostly been Gelna. Big kick there. Pulls her to the middle of the ring. Gets up to her feet, gets scooped up, and has her in the rack. Trying to get the submission. Sable trying to get loose. Ben said Gelna just breaks it loose. Maybe she's just trying to soften her up for something else. Not sure. Wraps her up. Has her up. And into the suplex. Sable going to the ring apron outside the ropes, pulling herself up. Gelna right there. Big forearm shot. Has her by the head, pulls her up on the top rope, and forearm slams her straight down. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it's over. Nice win there for Gelna. And she's making her way out of the ring. And there's Varja coming in. And now she's going after Sable. And now Gelna pulling her off, saying the match is over. She doesn't need to do that. She doesn't need that bloodthirst. And clotheslines her out of the ring. We've got some issues here going on with the Shield Maidens. I don't know what it is. Sable's looking confused. Can't blame her. I'm confused myself here. Something is going on with the Shield Maidens. Oh boy. That just got interesting and weird. Looks like there's some trouble in Paradise with our 2 Shield Maidens here. So let's move on to our next match. Ben Damon saying, oh, I forgot to set it up this way, but this is a title match for the Hunter's Mark. For those of you not familiar with Grappler's Keep, we have a fighting championship that is defended every week that we have a stream, whether it's a regular event like this or if it's a premium live event like Dirty Deeds, which is coming in 4 weeks. If you have the Hunter's Mark championship belt, you must bear it every time that we do a stream. If they successfully bear the Hunter's Mark 4 matches in a row, they automatically at the next stream, be it regular or a PLE, gets an automatic title shot for, in this case, for Ben would be the Master of Melee Men's Championship belt. In the case of the women, it's for the Lady of Valor Championship belt. This is Ben defeated the Dungeon Master last time we were on, and it will be doing his first time bearing the Hunter's Mark. He's got his longtime friend and stablemate Doxel Rusabin at his side, as he will be facing one of the 3 kobolds from the trench coat, the one and only Miney. So let's head right to the ring and get things started. I thought I set that up for the belt. I guess I didn't. But this will be for the belt. If Miney wins, he will get the championship. And here we go. First one out. This is Miney.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Brood from Avalon, weighing in at 150 pounds, Minor A.
He is one of the 3 kobolds with the trench coat. The other 2 are his kobold cousins, Eenie and Meanie. He is Miney, and their manager is Mo, the man in the trench coat. Mo is not here with him tonight. He's with Eenie and Meanie, who had other commitments tonight. So Miney's here by himself, but he is very capable of doing well. Seen him have some pretty good matches here. Stablemates are former tag team champions. He wouldn't mind getting his first belt. The Hunter's Mark would be his first championship. But to get that, he must defeat 1 Paladin of Bahamut, Warlock of Tiamat, the Red Dragonborn, Ben de Mustaine, there with his tag team partner, Doxel Rusaban, Tiefling Bloodhunter.
And his opponent, accompanied by Doc Rusaban, representing the Alliance from Avalon, weighing in at 232 pounds, the Men's Internet Fighting Champion, Ben the Dragon.
All right, making his way. They've made their way to the ring. They have competed before as tag team partners in the tag team known as Code Red. They've decided to focus on singles wrestling, but they still work in part of the team known as Team Chemo along with Novar Xanatrone. It's like Miney is set and ready to go. Ben looks loose as well. There's the bell, and here we go. And Miney comes right in. Arm twist right into a DDT. Caught Ben by surprise there. Goes to the ropes, lifts up. A little body splash there. Caught Ben totally by surprise. Grabs the leg. Reverse leg drop right on the knee. He's going right after Ben here, showing no fear. Big stomp. Now a knee to the back. Another stomp to the leg. He appears to be wanting to focus on that left leg of Ben. Another knee drop. And he's already going up top rope. Ben's holding his leg. He might be hurt. Big body splash from the top rope. Hooks the leg. But only a 2 count. Miney's not holding back. Leaping body splash over the ropes. Now a big stomp. A big kick there. Rolls him over. Big kick to the back. Slams the arm down. He's showing no fear here, going right after him. Big elbow drop. Grabs the legs now. Ben pushes him off. Springboard moonsault from the second rope. Hooks the leg for the pin, hoping maybe that Miney had tired himself out. Only a 1 count. Miney back to his feet. Big, massive strike and a leaping knee to the back on Miney from Ben. Big knee. Now just stomping right on the chest, putting both feet right on, using the ropes to get extra leverage. Goes high up and double knees right to the chest. I'm surprised he's got any oxygen left in his lungs. Hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 1 count. He's a resilient little kobold. And the ground and pound begins from Ben. Pulls him up to his feet. Big clubbing forearm shot. Another running clothesline. Manny went for a kick. Got stopped. And a nice little reverse leg whip there by Ben. Runs to the rope. Hits him with the dragon dive. And Miney kicks out. Pops right back up to his feet and comes right in. Strikes and kicks. Goes up. Nice little Hurricane Rana there. Big stomp. And Miney's coming storming back. Revert double neck snap there. Is going up. Waiting for Ben to get to his feet, mocking him to do so. Leaps up. And a nasty corrupt chop right to the head. Miney pulls him away from the ropes. Into the ropes. Calls the shot. Went for the swirling Eddie, but nobody home. Now Ben takes advantage, scoops him up, hits the Eldritch Slam, hooks the leg, goes for the pin. And it's over. Miney gave it everything he had. Valiant effort. But the victory and the belt remains with Ben de Mustaine. Big victory here for Ben. 1 out of 3 defenses done. Yeah, that was a quick one, Krellin. Got to admit, Miney didn't do bad there. He gave Ben everything he could handle. And now a match that should be very interesting here. Non-title match, but these two have been rivals for quite a long time. We have Jardik Munka going up against our men's Master Melee champion, Novar Zanatron, in a non-title match. Now, Jardik Munka does have the men's bag of holding. He can cash that in at any time he wants. Either you can do it before this match or in the middle of the match or at the end of this match to get a title shot against Novar. So I don't know if his strategy is to tire him out in this match, then pull the bag of holding out and go after him in that one. Going after him again. Don't know if that's his strategy. But knowing the military strategic abilities of Jardik Munka, it would not surprise me. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. All right, coming up to us first, exiled from the planet Neptune, where he ruled with an iron fin, is Jardik Munka. All right, getting himself ready to go. Working his way down towards the ring. He held last season, he held the men's championship belt, the Master of Melee, as he wants to try to be not only champion, but to rule the keep, as he calls it, the way it should be run, along with his minions, Laura Dowda and Curtis the Pistol Powell, making up the faction known as the Triangle. We shall see if he can muster run. Maybe this is a scouting mission match for Jardik to see if he can find any new weaknesses with Novar. Knowing when to cash that. See, he does not have the bag of holding with him. So maybe my theory is wrong. And here comes the men's Master Melee champion, the Cleric of the Forge. Carries a chip on his shoulder the size of a warhammer. Expelled from his temple because he's complained that they were giving him inferior materials that would not hold the blessings he would put on them. Now he is here, and the hammer has come down on Grappler's Keep, and he holds the Master Melee Championship belt, and he has defended it well. He knows the threat that he has across the ring from him in Jardik Munka, because that is the person he defeated to get this belt. And the last thing he wants to do is give it back to him. All right, Jardik got the game face going. Novar's ready to go. Here's the bell. Here we go. And no wasted time there. Massive uppercut there by Novar, and he's going right to the ground and pound. Big stomp to the gut. Flips him over. Measures him out. Big running knee shot. Went for the legs and missed. Now is going for a stomp there. Grabs him again. Big elbow drop right to the knee. Grabs both legs. Stomp right on the solar plexus and walks over the top of him. Stands there waiting now. A big knee shot. Stomp to the other leg. Pulls him up. Into the ropes. Big running boot. Novar getting the crowd up. There's the pounding of the iron. Wraps him up, the collar elbow hookup going. Wraps him up from behind, has the waist lock going. Jardik, snapmare, gets out of the way and goes right for the headlock. Trying to get some offense going on his side. Really using his body to crank on the neck of Novar. Cranky trying to cut the wind. Excuse me. Knee to the back. Another kick to the back. As now Jardik is putting some things together. Leaps over the rope. Almost like a senton leaping over the rope there. Waits for Novar to get up. Goes right after him. Collar elbow hook up again. And now hammer lock or wrist lock there by Novar. Jardik goes down to a knee. Now reverses it. Now Novar on the receiving end. Wraps him up. Takes both arms, brings him down. Goes up, second rope. And the fist right to the head. Big stomp to the arm. And now single leg camel stretch here. Pulling on the neck and back. Jardik gets out. Wraps up. Whips Novar into the ropes, picks him up. Pops him up, knee to the gut, follows another kick. Springboard moonsault, nails him. Novar crawling to the corner. Trying to get back up to his feet. Here comes Jardik. Massive clothesline. Staying light on his feet as he waits for Novar to get up. Big series of fin strikes. Another strike to the head, scoops him up. Fireman's carry. Hits a go to sleep. Hooks the leg. And it's over. Jardik gets the victory. Maybe showing that he should deserve a title shot, or maybe showing Novar, see, I can cash that in. I can beat you here. I can cash that in anytime I want. Novar's got to be wondering when that cash-in's going to come. Now we have the Women's Hunters Market again. I forgot to set the match up as a championship match, but this is Komona's second time with her bearing of the Women's Hunters Mark, and she has a challenge ahead of her, none other than Annalith, one of the three members of the women's faction known as Fatal Attraction. She'll have her hands full not only dealing with Annalith, but having to make sure that Annalith's partners here, Minyun Maidalar and the Gunmal, are not going to attack her from behind. So let's head right to Diet Water Arena and get this match going. And coming out first, with the hunter's mark around her waist, it is Kimona. Has earned herself a good reputation. She's the green member of the Lightning League.
One fall, making her way to the ring from Neo, Osaka, the Women's Internet Fighting Champion, Green Hero.
The Lightning League, the world famous superhero team. She has come here to Grappler's Keep to defend the world and the keep from all threats, and she has done fairly well here. Has a good reputation among both in the ring and back in the locker rooms. A lot of people happy for her current time here holding the belts. See, the crowd definitely likes her. Now looks like she is set. She is ready to go. And now we wait for her opponents to come out. Annabelle Dukes, the gun mall out of the noir realm. Annalith, her opponent here in this match, our tiefling succubus. And the drow sorceress queen, Inyun Maidalar.
From the pits of hell, N.A. Lilith.
All right. Annalith is the one in the match tonight. She's there with her stablemates, Inyun Maidalar and Annabelle Dukes. Trying to bring the belt back into their fold. Inyun Maidalar had it. Held it for a couple of weeks, only to lose it to Kimona. And now, actually she lost it to Lorana, and Kimona defeated Lorana to get it. So stable would like to get that belt back because they want to try to get the women's championship belt in their possession. That will have to wait. Kimona staying loose. Annalith looks like she's got game face going, ready to go. There's the bell, and here we go. And Kimona comes right out, kicking and striking. Big elbow there. Going right after Annalith at the start here. Not wasting any time. Collar elbow hook up there near the corner. Just throws Annalith down. Has her. Throws her down again. Slams her down. And now doing the hair pull. Using the arms. Pulls her up again. And good old-fashioned crossface is there. And Kimona's going right after her. Forearms to the back of the head. She's pulling no punches here tonight, folks. Goes up, top rope. Goes for the body splash and misses. Nobody home. Annalith coming now with the stomps. Standing over the top of her series of forehead kicks, and now the slam straight down. Now going for the shoulder pull. And diving forearm shot again. Kimona trying to put things back together. Looks like Annalith's going for the single leg Boston Crab, trying to get a submission here. Nice counter there by Kimona to get loose. Hard whip into the corner. Looks like she slipped on the mat. Misses with that kick. Hook up again, and Annalith had things in mind, but Kimona elbows her way free. Another big kick looks like to the hip. Annalith slides outside to try to change the momentum. Doesn't stop Kimona at all, wraps her up, but Annalith blocks that suplex. Nice little arm drag reversal there. Big series of kicks. Now hooks the leg for the pin, but only a 1 count. Pulls her up to her feet. Big series of kicks and strikes there all over the place. Kimona on the ropes trying to stay up. Knife edge chop there. Wraps the leg around the rope and Anilith pulls on it, trying to do damage to that knee. Another kick to that knee, then big series of strikes, but Kimona comes right back. Scoops her up, fireman's carry, and just throws her down. Lots of anger there, goes up. Double axe handle shot from the second rope, hooks the leg for the pin, but only a 1 count. Big kick to the back. Pulls Anilith up to her feet. Gonna take her all the way across town, hard into the turnbuckle. Pulls her out, scoops her up. Massive body slam there. Going up, second rope. Just waiting for Anilith to get to her feet. Launches a leg drop from the second rope. Hooks the leg again. But only a 2 count. Kimona thought she had it there. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe. Pulls her up. Hard whip into the ropes. Doesn't wait. Nails her with Green Thunder. Hooks the leg. And it's over. Big win there for Kimona. Sending the message to Fatal Attraction. And Kimona holds the belt. Will have her 3rd time bearing the Hunter's mark next week. Halfway to a title shot with Cheryl Aranoma. Yeah, she has power. She's our superhero. One of our superheroes. She's not afraid to use either, Krellin. And a good match here for her. And now, interesting matchup here. Last time we were on, RUL-EM and Curtis the Pistol Powell, one of the members of the Triangle, were tag team partners. Kind of unusual. A face and a heel combining up, but stranger things have happened before. And they had a big fuss at the beginning of the match of who was going to start out, and it ended up being Curtis the Pistol Powell starting. They ended up winning together, so thought victory heals all wounds, but now looks like we have them in one-on-one action against each other. Maybe this is something to determine who's the leader of the tag team and who or who's not. I don't know for sure, but we shall see what happens as they go against each other one-on-one. Let's head back to Diet Water Arena. All right, coming out first is our former supervillain turned superhero when he found out that the people he teamed up with were not heroes but villains instead. Now paying his... Oh, this is Curtis Powell coming out first. I'm sorry.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Triangle of Terror. From Laredo, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Curtis Powell.
Curtis the Pistol Powell, part of the Triangle. Always putting on a show. Desperately wants the people's approval, even though he is a desperado out of the Weird Wild West. Led the gang of desperados that Bill Sanders was a part of before getting pulled here in some sort of weird time loop vortex thingamabob. Now finds himself here in Grappler's Keep. Desperately trying to get the fans' attention. Loves trying to be the center of attention, but can't seem to win the crowd over. He doesn't understand why. Doing everything he can to try to win them. Now a member of the Triangle, along with Jardak Bunka and Laura O'Dowda. right? Chastising the crowd for not supporting him, it looked like there. And now looks like he's set and ready to go.
And his opponent from out of this world, weighing in at 270 pounds, RUL-EM.
All right, RUL-EM making his way down, as I said, a repentant superhero. Repentant supervillain now turned superhero. Feels he's paying his debt to society here in Grappler's Keep. Yeah, exactly, Krellin. The classic way to win support. Please clap for me, please. Curtis doesn't seem to understand it's his deeds and actions that win the crowd over. Man, it looks like RUL-EM is set. Like I said, I don't know if this is to set the pecking order, if that tag team was just a one-time deal. But now they're going at each other in the ring. There's the bell, and here we go. And a big running boot by RUL-EM to start. Going right after him. Hooking the knee legs up. Big stomp right on the hamstrings. Moonsault off, springboard off of the top, off of the middle rope. Goes for a quick pin. But only a 1 count. Plenty of shock again, but not enough awe. Big boots there from RUL-EM. Puts him there up on the ropes. Big kick there. Down he goes. Now hooks the leg. But only a 1 count. RUL-EM going right after now Curtis. Arm drag reversal there to get free. Big knee to the back. His own moonsault from the top rope. Lots of air there. Now hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 1 count. RUL-EM rolls outside and Curtis is right there with him. Big kicks. RUL-EM blocks that forearm. Gets some strikes in of his own. Wraps him up. Big suplex on the Eldritch Blast safety mats. He's going up top rope. Waiting for Curtis. And a massive elbow. Looks like he got him in the back of the head. From the top rope down onto the safety mats. Gets thrown back in. Didn't make any plenty of time. Oops. Looks like he went for some sort of senton there, but missed. He's right back up, though. Takes advantage of Curtis still. Has him in a fireman's carry. And now Curtis elbows his way free. Whips him hard into the ropes. Pops him up right into a drop punch to the jaw. Big stomp there. Holds the arm. Kicking right to the gut. Diving forearm shot. RUL-EM looks like he's hurting now. Curtis going up top. RUL-EM trying to get to his feet. Double stomp to the back, it looked like, or his knees, one or the other. Has RUL-EM by both arms and sets him up for a big knee shot. Hooks the leg again for the pin. But only one. Pulls him up to his feet. Big forearm, massive forearm strikes. Hard whip into the ropes. Goes for something, but RUL-EM just throws him to the side like a sack of potatoes. Hard whip into the ropes, hits the ref instead. Double X handle shot. Now he's going to whip him again. Drops down and hits him with the Comet. Spears him. Goes for the pin. Only a 2 count. He thought he had it there. Waiting for him to get to his feet. Wraps him up. Looks like he wants to go for the dethroner. Has him up. Nope. Floated over by Curtis. Gets him from behind. Forearm shot to the back. Reverse of the whip into the ropes. Curtis outside the ring on the ring apron. RUL-EM has him and is pounding the drum. And down face first goes Curtis. No short rest. RUL-EM goes right after him. Picks him up. Knee breaker right onto the Eldritch Blast safety mat. Stomp to the leg. Another stomp. Radio announcers getting out of the and podcasters getting out of the way. thrown into the corner as the count goes to 2. Grabs him by the leg. Shot right to the side of the thigh there. 3 knee shots right there. RUL-EM trying to decide what he wants to do. Pulls him up to his feet. Has him by the back of the neck. Throws him into the ring. He's going up top. Waiting for Curtis to get to his feet. Leaps. Missile drop kick from the top rope. Now ground and pound time. Big stomp to the gut. He's going to go for some more pounding here. And another stomp to the gut. Goes outside. Waiting for him to get to his feet. Let's see what RUL-EM has planned here. Leaps over. Leaping foot stomp. Over the ropes. Pulls him up to his knees. Goes into the ropes. Now changes his mind. Goes for just a big broadside kick instead. Another boot right to the side of the head. That might be enough to take out Curtis. And no, a kick out at 2. Curtis right back up to his feet. And a massive lariat there by Curtis. Big stomp to the back, and now he's going for the ground and pound. Yeah, he's being a lot more brutish than he normally is. So he must have really a grudge going here. And there's that leaping boot, but misses with the double axe handle. RUL-EM rope moved out of the way, but he's still not out of the danger yet. Big stomp to the leg. Holding his knee, big stomp to the back. And a big stomp right to the hamstring. But RUL-EM pops right back up. Big forearm strike. Curtis had something planned in quarter. Looks like he's going to go for the dethroner again. Has him up this time. And nails it. Hooks the leg. And the victory goes to RUL-EM. A big victory for him. Looks like he's hurting a little bit. Raises his hand. Looks like he is hurting. Vicious match between the two. Curtis is still down. RUL-EM holding his arm. I'm not sure if it's his arms or his ribs. But a brutal match. Curtis is still down. Nasty match there. Somehow, I don't think we will see them tag teaming together anytime soon. And now, 2 red hot wrestlers coming in here. We got Kelleran Sparkshard, our High Elf Fire Wizard, going up against our Red Tiefling Blood Hunter. Kelleran Sparkshard against Doxel Rusabin. He'll have his buddy Ben Damastain at his side. Yeah, that's a match. That match we just saw there, Krellin. That is probably one that we're probably glad that was not a match in Dirty Deeds where the Extreme Rules all kick in, because that could have gone, if they'd been going to the toy box, that would have been a lot worse. All right, let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. And here he comes, only the most glorious wizard in any realm. If you have any doubts, just ask him.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Kelleran Sparkshard, our High Elf Fire Wizard. Claims to be only the most glorious, most spectacular wizard in any realm, anywhere. Like I said, I don't know whose ego is bigger, Morduk's or his. If we ever had an ego versus ego match, the only people who would lose that match would probably be the studio audience. As the egos would probably cancel each other out. He's had some good matches, though. He's even had a time holding the Hunter's mark. Always looking to create the spectacle to get the eyes on him, because he feels he's the most glorious wizard there, so he should be getting all the attention and glory. Fans are not quite so sure about that. And with that, it looks like Kelleran might be ready. And what system is that out of? I can't remember, Krillin. And here's the music once again for Team Chemo. This time it'll be Doxel Rusabin, Magocracy in the Forgotten Realms. Okay. The name sounded familiar, but I couldn't recognize it. You know what? I may just use that for him. Thank you, Krillin.
Representing the Alliance from Avalon, weighing in at 236 pounds, Rusev.
Yeah, Red Wizards. Yeah, that would fit for him perfectly. I guess I was making him that without knowing that's what he was. That'll fit perfectly. I'll work that into his storyline here. As two of the three members of Team Chemo make their way in, Doxel getting himself up and ready to go. Ben there at his side. All right, Kelleran staying loose. Doxel has game face going. Fire Wizard versus the Blood Hunter. Here we go. There's the bell. Doxel comes right in with a chop. Collar elbow hookup going. And Kelleran pushes Doxel off. Comes in for the kick of his own. Big flurry of blows here. Catching Doxel by surprise. Scoops him up. Fireman's carry. Drops them down in a big forearm strike. Big stomp to the knee. And now he's going to do some ground and pound. Not necessarily known for that, but definitely has the stomps going there. Waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. That leaping kick there seems to be popular with everyone all of a sudden. Double stomp from the top rope. And he's going right for the pin as Ben watches. Only two. Kelleran thought he had it. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe. Rolls him over, runs, and goes for a kick, but misses. And Doxel's ready with a big clothesline. Big kick there. Has him by the leg and a stump puller. And cheering him on, slams Kelleran's arm down. Springboard moonsault from the second rope. Mocking Kelleran to get to his feet. Big series of kicks here. Even a little Missouri mule kick action there. As Kelleran on the ropes, literally and figuratively bouncing him in. Pinball time, forearms to the back. Another one. Hard whip into the ropes the other way. Nasty drop kick. Big stomp to the ankle. Mocking Kelleran to get to his feet again. Another big kick has him in the corner. Walks a little way out, and here comes the running charge. Massive forearm. Throws him down out of the corner. Pulls him up. Rolls him over. He's got him locked in the Blood Hunter. Going for a submission. Has it locked in pretty good. And Kelleran's able to get an elbow in the right spot to get free. Springboard Superman punch from Kelleran. Hooks the leg, caught Doxel by surprise. But only a 2 count. Doxel back to his feet. Big forearm shot there. Wrist lock from behind. Pulls him up. Drop kick. Drops him right on the knee. Kicks him there. Now has him up. Pulling both arms back and just stomping him into the mat. Big stomp to the arm there. Pulls him up. More undefended shots, and a diving forearm shot nails the target. He's gonna go up top. Mocks him to get to his feet. Leaps, and a missile dropkick from the top. Very few, unfortunately. They don't happen as much as I would like. Misses with the leg drop, but Doxel is still down. Running shot and a big knee strike. Has him down, goes for the pin, but doesn't even get a 1 count. And hits him with a fireball. Chest shot, waits, goes for a kick, gets blocked. Nice dragon screw reversal by Doxel. Waits for Killoran to get up, and now gets elbow shot. Now a series of knees from Killoran. Doxel rolls outside the ring. Killoran watching and waiting. And leaping senton over the top rope nails Doxel on the Eldritch Blast. Safety mats, and now the ground and pound from Killoran. Not necessarily part of his repertoire, but he's not afraid to do it. Pulls him up, but Doxel's ready. Another dragon screw. Pulls him up to his feet. Throws him hard into the ring apron as the count goes to 6. Doxel has him again, throws him back in the ring. Both in by 8. It looks, nope, not quite 8 yet. Doxel goes up top rope. Killoran getting up. Double axe handle from the top. Hooks the leg for the pin. But all that only for a 1 count. Wraps him up. Going for a big suplex. No. Nasty neck breaker instead. Now waiting for him to get to his feet. Has him up. Pinned down. He's going to go for the demon drop. Hits it. Rolls him over for the pin. And the victory. Killoran couldn't get to the ropes. He was close enough, but couldn't get to the ropes. And the victory goes to Doxel Rusabin. Yeah, I think, Killoran, I'm going to have to go into the stats on these wrestlers. And the ones that have submission moves, I need to massively increase their offense on those, because we don't have as many submission victories as I would like to see. I think part of it is WWE itself, but with the AI, so I may do some tweaks on that here in the future. But nonetheless, a good match by Killoran, but not enough to defeat Doxel Rusabin. Now our women's match here is our main event here. We have our women's champion, our Lady of Valor, Cheryl Aranoma, having a very good and successful championship run here. Will be going up against, out of the Weird Wild West, Goldie Boone, along with her manager, Wandering Silence. Now, why is Wandering Silence a manager, you ask? Well, you can be a manager in Grappler's Keep if you subscribe to the channel. If you are a Tier 1 subscriber, you can manage a single wrestler, as Wandering Silence is doing here with Goldie Boone, or you can manage a tag team, as Praxagor Thesmophoria does for the Barbarians. If you go to Tier 2, you not only get to be a manager, and we make a character for you here in Grappler's Keep, you get to create your own faction. So instead of like Team Chemo or the Triangle or Fatal Attraction or the Disciples, you can make your own faction of up to 4 or 5 different men and women wrestlers in here. You can be the managers for them, and you can run your own factions trying to get the belts all in under your stable. If you go all the way up to Tier 3, you don't become a manager, you become an actual wrestler here in Grappler's Keep. So keep those in mind if you want to find ways to participate in this. Wandering Silence is managing Goldie Boone, and she has had a bit of a turnaround, and we've seen a little bit of a mean streak in Goldie as of late under the tutelage of one Wandering Silence. So let's head on to our main event at Diet Water Arena. Coming out first, it is our girl out of the Weird Wild West, Part of the posse chasing down Belle Sanders and Curtis Powell.
Making her way to the ring, accompanied by the Wonder Colt Cassidy, representing the good guys from Carson City, Nevada,
Goldie Boone making her way, our first Lady of Valor Women's Champion. He had a good starting streak, then kind of plateaued out and hired on Wandering Silence as her trainer and manager. And it took a little bit of time, but now we have seen a good series of matches and a string of victories for Goldie. As I said before, we've seen a little bit of a mean streak that we didn't see from her before. Now she is set and ready to go. And here she comes. Non-title match here tonight. It is Cheryl Aranoma flexing here for the crowd. Oh, I still have to fix that. I forgot to do that. He's here to have fun and kick butt, preferably both at the same time. As I said, this is a non-title match, but Cheryl has to be careful because Desiree Bouveau, one of her biggest rivals, holds the women's bag of holding. She can cash that in at any time that she wants in order to get that championship belt away from Cheryl. All right, looks like Goldie is set. Cheryl's got the game face going. It's our main event here tonight. There's the bell, and here we go. Collar elbow hook up there in the middle of the ring. And Cheryl just pushes Goldie off. Wandering Silence didn't like that. They hook up again. Now Goldie pushing Cheryl up against the ropes. A little bit of power here. Clean break by the ref, and now Goldie comes back in again. Springboard body splash from the second rope there in the corner. Caught Cheryl by surprise. Big stomp. Handstand into both knees to the side. Big stomp to the ankle. Another stomp. Goldie's mocking Cheryl to get up to her feet. Comes right after. Big series of punches here. Quick kick there. And a clubbing shot to the back. Has her by the arm. Whip into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrogs over, and a big discus spin elbow nails Cheryl. She's going to hook the leg. Only a 1 count. Goldie trying to get some quick early glory here. Didn't quite work. And now trying to do a face rake on Cheryl, and does. Wrist lock from behind, has her up. Nice over the shoulder drop. Goldie stringing a lot of good stuff here together on Cheryl. Comes after her again. Has the headlock in, punch to the face. And now tries to lead her to the corner, but now Cheryl elbows her way free. Shotgun drop kick, and now Cheryl starting to get some offense going. Goldie goes outside, playing mental games with each other, going in and out of the ring. Goldie waits, here comes Cheryl, and hits her with the big running clothesline. But walks right into a quick kick. Wandering Silence does not like what he saw there. Stomped there by Cheryl. Slams the arm down. Flips Goldie over. Big stomp to the back of the head. Pulls her up, and a nasty double axe sandal to the back. Wandering Silence encouraging Goldie on. Has her by the arm there. Lifts her up into a torture rack of sorts, but has to break it as Goldie's able to reach the ropes. Big elbow drop by Cheryl. Pulls her up. And now the neck crank on Goldie. Trying to slow, quick moving, athletic Goldie down. Big stomp to the arm. Pulls her up. And a chest slam straight down. Leaps over her. Going up top rope. Waiting for her to get to her feet. She's up. Big elbow drop right there. Goes up, second rope. Another elbow drop, and nobody home this time. Went to the well too many times. Forearm strike there by Goldie. Has her up by the arm. Kick to the gut. Another undefended kick to the gut. And pulls her in for a lariat. Works her way around. Flips her over. And now going for a camel stretch here. Trying to get a submission, but nope. Cheryl's able to reverse that one. Grabs her by the legs, flips her over, and a big elbow drop to the knee. Now going right for the pin. But not even a 1 count. Pulls Goldie up to her feet. Pulls her up on the shoulder. Hit her with a Minos of sorts. Schoolgirl roll up, but not anything more than a 1 count. Waiting for Goldie to get to her feet. Tries to look like she may have been going for the bigger, badder butter knife. But Goldie gets away, kicks to the legs, has her up. Hits her with the goat roper. Stomp to the back. Hooks the leg, goes for the pin. This would be an upset. But only a 2 count. Plenty of shock. Not enough awe. Wandering Silence says, keep at it. Go after her. Goldie catching her breath now goes after Cheryl. Has her there in the corner, pulling the neck back. Breaking the eyes, it looks like. Hard whip into the ropes. Nice hip toss. Big stomp to the back. Going up. Calling her shot. Here comes the big elbow. Nails it. From the top rope. Hooks the leg. Goes for the pin. 3, and Goldie, in what has to be considered an upset, gets the victory.
Here's your winner,
Goldie is definitely making some waves here. Maybe showing she deserves a shot at that belt to get it back around her waist. The rehabilitation of Goldie Boone by Wandering Silence appears to be working. And with that, that brings us to the end of another episode of Grappler's Keep. Get things set up here and we'll get things ready to wrap things up for the night. Get out of things here. Come back to it later when we make some fixes that I saw that we need to make. So that is tonight's show. Hope you've all enjoyed it here. Schedule as normal. Monday night will be Family Night at the Emporium, as my daughter Bonnie and I have started a game called The House of Teslets by Blue Brain Games, the same people who made the House of Da Vinci series that we did. It's proving to be a very challenging puzzle solving adventure. So far, we got to a point and we got stuck, and then we ended there, and we will restart that this coming Monday. Wednesday is the weekly Skyrim serial, where I am currently doing a series called A Kentucky Hawkeye in Jarl Balgruuf's Court, as I am role-playing myself being trapped in the land of Skyrim, trying to find my way home, hoping that the magic I can learn from these dragon priest masks that I am finding might give myself and the Greybeards a clue for how I, the Dragonborn, can get back home. And then next Saturday, we will be back here for more Grappler's Keep as we work our way towards our next premium live event, that being the Dirty Deeds, our version of Extreme Rules. Ways you can support the channel: you can subscribe, as I said, the 3 different ways with the 3 different tiers that you could be a part of Grappler's Keep. Another way you can support us is merch. People love merch. People like to get merch. We like to offer merch. We have merch. We have t-shirts for our sponsor, Diet Water. We have t-shirts for the channel, Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium, and we have t-shirts and hats for Grappler's Keep as well. Now, the Grappler's Keep shirts come in either black on gold or gold on black, one or the other, because those are the official colors for Grappler's Keep. The Diet Water and the Emporium t-shirts and hats come in a variety of different colors and all that. We've selected that work well with the logos that we have there. So you can go there. We have cozies, the foam things to go around your cans and bottles. We have insulated tumblers as well. So if you see something there you like, I think there's even stickers there as well that you can get. So if you like what you see there, please go ahead and do that. That gives us a little bit of support. Yeah, each time hoping the next shout will be the shout home. That's the goal. That's what the goal is for the character for sure, Krellin. So those are some of the ways you can support. Other things you can do, you can join us on Discord. We have sections there to talk about the different games that we have going on. We have sections to show off your different creative endeavors. One of the creative endeavors I do is I have an Etsy shop. I make custom GM screens for tabletop role game players, ones that are portable enough that you can take with you to a con, or easy enough for sure to use for your own home game. I have the standard 4-panel model that folds up like a book that you can carry with you. We have the 3-panel model that can either be the big panel and 2 small side panels or we can make that version in a way that you can put a tablet in so it can be facing the GM so they can use that as a reference or to play audio files. We can fix it so the tablet is turned around and facing the player so they can see that for maps and art and stuff like that. We also have a version of the 3-panel model that has a flat computer monitor inside that you can hook up to a laptop, or you can hook it up to a desktop and be able to show all sorts of maps and character art and all different things. Play your audio files to your heart's content. All of them are painted and stained as you like. We decorate it with art to reflect your game or your personality or things of that matter. The only thing we don't do is we don't knowingly use AI generated art because we want to support art and real art and the artists created by the artists that actually create them. So you can go to our Etsy shop link. It is there in chat right now. Nice thing, when I am working on a revision of the models here, hopefully this weekend I'm going to get that test model made up that's going to make things a lot easier and quicker so I can get them delivered and create something that will be very, very unique for people who that make and design GM screens. But once I know that I can make that work, I will be featuring some of those as well. So that's what we have going there. We have a Discord that you can go to. Like we said, we have a special section of Discord that we call the prayer closet. Here in our household, I don't know about you, but our household, we deeply believe in the power of prayer. We know that it's real. We know that it's powerful. We know that it works. We've seen it time and time and time again with our friends and family and sorts. So if you have a need, if you have a concern, if you have a request, please place it there and you will be on the prayer list and we will be praying for you. This isn't just a thoughts and prayers and nobody does anything. This is the real thing. I keep a list on Evernote to track all the ones that are going on. I've just added a streamer that I follow on YouTube because he has a huge kidney stone that he has to have surgery for to get out. So I have him on the prayer list, for example. So please take advantage of that if you would like. If it's something that's kind of personal, it's something that's quite private, and you don't want all the internet knowing about it, because face it, Google doesn't have to know everything that we're doing. Just use the praying hands emoji. We'll take that as what we call an unspoken request, which means God certainly knows what it is. You know what it is, of course. We don't know, but we don't have to know every single nitty-gritty detail. All we need to know is that the need is there, and we will be praying for you just as hard as if we knew every single detail of what's going on. The most important thing is to get that spiritual support. So if you would like that kind of spiritual support, please let us know there in Discord in the prayer closet. So let's take a look here and see who we can raid. Be nice to raid another person doing WWE 2K25. I don't know if Prax or someone else that I follow is on or not. Let's take a look there real quick first. Let's see, Miss Sherry's very great. Morale is doing her programming stuff there. Let's see, Madam Gandalf. Okay, I don't see anyone else. Let's go go find. Okay, let's turn this off. Let's turn this back on again. Let's find someone else who is doing WWE that we can go and give them a little love and support. All right. Looks like on this one, it's a lady running the thing. Let's go do a raid on Always Vain 45. So that's looks like it would be fun. So let's go ahead and get this raid set up and going.
Unfortunately, Bryce,
Yep.
at least he can't.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and raid there. So until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody.
It is the best Twitch channel that is secretly an old-timey ice cream parlor on either side of the Mississippi, or the Rockies. And you should hear about the specials. Monday nights is Bonnie's Bonbons, cream extravaganza with all the float sodas and sundaes you can shake a stick at. I can shake a stick at quite a lot of Sundays, but there is also a Fudge Rodin Sunday special on Tuesdays, and the famous 1, 2, 3 parfait on Wednesdays, where wrestlers meet up in the squared circle to work out their differences with some healthy wrestling-style fisticuffs. It is all good, clean fun. Hawkeye's old-time gaming emporium. Their milkshakes bring all the gamers to the yard, and their content is more exciting than any Nickelodeon. Take your horse and buggy to their address, twitch.tv/KY Hawkeye.
This has been a Diet Water production.